There we go, that's better. Okay. Okay, game all the audio is sorted. I can tweet that next time. Thrown up, three stream streak. That is actually very difficult to say. How you doing, man? Alright, let's go here. Maybe not that one, this one. There we go. Cypher Mangoes with a follow. Hello there as well. I don't know why, I had a feeling my dog was barking. Alright, I'm hearing things. Okay, let's claim these goodies. So, going to do my GAC. Pretty box standard for one of my streams at the moment. Yeah. Kill some time until then doing Coliseum, I guess. You're currently going after Executor. Let's say how you're finding it. I'd like to think it's maybe a touch easier than when I did it what feels like a long time ago. 7 out of 14. That's decent, that. Actually, sorry, I've just got to say, I actually like that. Rank 67, rank 94. You know, bit of improvement. It's going to help you fleet out so much, I can imagine. I mean, those GL level fleets, they really can just really be elevate what you do in the fleet game. I mean, when you think Executor can beat Leviathan, you know, top dog in the fleet meta, it's like, yeah, worth going for Executor for that alone, really. Means you can always try and get first every day. Profundity might cause issues there, but I think there are ways around that. Thrown up with first as well. Alright, let's see if we can knock this one out. Let's do that. Sweet. I don't want to spell all that's a basic. Alright, spoil sport. Nice and easy. Not long ago, not long ago, you unlocked Best Commando and got your first 300 legend tokens. And so, Bam's one of those tunes, right? That when he first came out, everyone kind of poo-pooed on him a bit because it was like he wasn't really a sexy character, you know. He kind of just did something, but nothing kind of spectacular. And I feel like he's kind of really grown into the game. I feel like if anything, CG have kind of gradually done things to make him relevant or more relevant. Well, let's phrase it this way. Bam gets into teams now where CLS doesn't. And CLS used to be like the gold standard for long-lasting characters. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's two great places. I mean, even before then, you could put him on, say, a Dash Rendar team or something. You know, so even like before Bo-Katan, he's still got like viable uses. Okay, that blows. I'm going to just base it. Do that and that. Oof, wow. That's one angry Yotas. We'll take this 26 though. Hey, I can do an upgrade. Right, so not much relevance there. And Val's got nothing. Still, it's alright. You have a Relic 7 Piet currently. Thankfully it's only one you've got to nudge up. I mean, I never did Relic 9 on Piet. it didn't feel like something that was needed. For sure, it'd be nice, but I never thought, oh, it's something I need. Ooh, saying that, I've only just seen PX mods, no speed on them, or speed sets. Not the biggest of issues, but a little bit awkward. I feel like he could do with a model update. he just looks a little unlike how he should look, I mean, he's low on the priority list, but if you compare it to how we just had Granite get a little touch up, it's like, yeah, it would be nice. Can't help but look at Granite though and go, they did make him look a bit miserable. Alright, we've got minutes until Grand Arena starts, so... Oh, by the way, I was an idiot. I hit sim here because I forgot about that thing where the rewards would be shared across, so... Yeah, I didn't get this. Whoops. Alright, yay. So this round we're up against Vinny Boombat. Let's just pop the screen on how we like it. I'm sure there's a way of getting it so that this will auto-update. It's basically a browser source, but for some reason it never updates how I'd like it. It just sort of forgets that. Oh yeah, it's got the same sort of name in it, but it never remembers. It'd be cool if it could remember, but oh well. Anyway, I'm in the bigger guild, so good start. I'm 14 mil there, 13.4. Let's see, Zeta's 394 to 310, so bit of an advantage there. Omicron's 67 to 40. Alright, again, bit of an advantage. Actually, we have got a numerical advantage on Ommies in general, which not necessarily the biggest thing. It's like, okay, maybe they were a TW player, but no, it seems like I'm just generally ahead. They've got more, well, no, they've got one more Gear 13 than me, so fair play to them. Mods, I'm ahead on the 25 pluses, 20 pluses, 15 pluses. They've got a lead on offense mods and 9% defense mods. Okay. As far as mods, sorry, not mods, relics. Both got no relic 10s. I'm going to say, I'm assuming they're doing what I did and just holding, so respect it. I've got more relic 9s, 31 to 27. They've got more relic 8s, 31 to my 23. Relic 7s, 98 to 86 in my favour. And we trade places on 6 to 1, so yeah, I'd say I've got the marginal advantage, but when you look at the actual number, they have got more relics in total, so it's only 13, but you think, alright, maybe those 13 could be the crucial ones, you never know, so not to be sniffed at. Datacron rerolls, I did way more during the Pillars of War set, so reflecting there. Unlike last round, where I somehow failed to beat someone with 2 less GLs than me, this time we're up against someone with all the GLs, so hopefully that won't bite us in the bum. And yeah, that's pretty much the state of play. So, one quick thing before I go. Let's do this, because I will forget if I don't. Wrong button, try again. There we go. So right now you plan to get the Executor and you also plan to get Darkside Ray. That's a solid plan. I mean, when I read Darkside Ray's kit year before last, so like winter 2024, I honestly knew straight away that's something that I need to make sure is ready day one. I mean, sometimes I've seen these conquest characters or whatever, and I thought, alright, they could be fun, but I didn't feel the need to chase the gear for them straight away. But Darkside Ray, immediately you just saw it and you went, okay, this is going to be massively impactful. So yeah, I completely agree there. Just make sure you can get what you can get for her, and then it'll definitely help you out in the long run. Especially if your 1GL is slacker. Alright, let's see what Vinny has done. Now, I have changed my defense, so I'll run through it. Or at least I'll run through the front wall. We've put down Balin. We've put down a support Cron. We've got Sorgarera with an attack Cron and turn meter. We've got the Great Mothers on defense for a change. They're rocking a support Cron, damage on debuffs, potency crit damage. And we've got Mace with the Ayla Cron. So yeah, tried to mix up that wall a little bit. Guys, Balin and Great Mothers tend to be on offense for me, so I feel like I just mixed it up there at least. South wall, we got Lord Vader with an attacker Cron, damage on debuffs, armor pen. We've got the Stranger with the Maul FDC. We've got the Jules End team with a level 14. Not entirely convinced this is going to do much, but it might at least make someone think. And then after last round, I've actually put Pirate King Kondo on defense because he upset me. It really upset me that he just got bounced. So yeah, hopefully he does something on defense, let's say that. Alright, their defense. And let me just grab this a second. Okay, we've got a little notebook here, and I just want to see if it's right. We've got Queen Amidala with support Cron. We've got Mace with a support Cron. We've got Tuskens. And we've got Finn with the FDC. South wall, we've got Lord Vader with an attacker Cron. For the record, it is a level 6, but the level 3 is not it's not great. So, and also the stats aren't refined. We've got Glat with Ezra and a tank Cron. We got Leia with a tank Cron. I'll be surprised it's a dark side level 3. And Pirate King Kondo with no DC. And if I just go here a minute, there you go, full screen for you guys. My handwriting is absolutely appalling, but that is what we were predicting. Plus, we can suspect that Jabba, DTMG, and Old Republic will be at the back, and Leviathan, Home One, Exec will be in fleet. And say, this is why sometimes doing a bit of prep is a good thing. So, I have a fast Pirate King Kondo. I'd like to think it's fast. Let me check it. I can't actually remember the speed. Here we go, 606. Not bad, that is it? You know, even now, the idea of a 600 speed character seems balmy. Like, when Ray and Slacker came into the game, 500 felt crazy fast. But yeah, 600 still is like... Urban, hello there, how you doing? There we go. Alright, let's get the plan on board. Oh. Ooh, showing my defense a bit there. Alright. So hopefully I can just fill these in fairly smoothly. We want JMK here. We want Malgus here. Tuskens gas. Mace is going to be Triad. Hurricane Hondo, I'm going to have to do in a second. Ahsoka, we're going to Leia. Leia, we're going to Slacker. I'll adjust that in a sec. And Lord Vader, we're going to C-Bane. Alright. Oh, okay. You're up against C with the nasty Vader Datacron, but that means the GL thing doesn't work on it. Should I Lord Vader or Kenobi it? I'm just mulling that over. So the nasty Vader Datacron, are we talking about like the Pillars of War set with the Darth Vader level 9, or are we talking about the Jules End one? Just trying to think, because in principle I would have thought Kenobi could do... Yeah, I'd have thought he could do both, but it all depends if it's got anything to do with Jules End. I know there's some... Oh, actually saying that, the Jules End anti-GL, which I think might be what you were talking about. Oh, it's not the Jules End one, right? Right, let me just bring up the Vader DC. I think I've got one here. Here we go. So, if there are no Galactic Legend allies, so yeah, straight away that gets ruled out. So it can be defeated. First time each ally is defeated, yeah, that won't matter. And that really isn't helpful anyway, 50% health steal. So, I would have thought Kenobi would do a job. I mean, if I remember right, Kenobi's got something in his ult that is really anti-Sith. It's something like ignores protection. There we go. All Jedi allies ignore protection when targeting a Sith enemy, and Sith enemies can't counterattack. So, I mean, I can't guarantee it. I haven't seen it, but logically, once you get to your ult, you should be able to just chew through the protection. Yeah, I think that might be a solid logic as well, because Kenobi's not got like a must-beat thing right now. So yeah, again, I wouldn't know 100% sure, but there is logic behind that, eh? And to be fair, it said Kenobi as well, so you know, give yourself props there, man. Alright, so paused here because I didn't know the exact team I wanted to use. I'd written down Seer. I'm thinking it's going to be something like that. But then if I move through out of this team and put him here, then I need to just include Stormtrooper there. I don't know if I include Red Trooper. Might be better. Officer isn't as needed now. Like, there was a point when Officer was really nice in that team, but yeah, I think Red just offers more to get the crits. Alright, so... Three Darkside units. I think that's enough to go with that. I really need to make sure that works. Leia? Yeah, I think I'm okay with using Lando there. Slacker again, just Darkside and Packer. Okay. I was going to say I knew we got a Darkside attacker on. There we go. Seedbane on Lord Vader. We use Royal Guard to fill them up on health. Then Malgus will go the other way. We'll use Protection. I know that Malgus likes health, but we'll just give them survivability. Gas. We have actually got a 5's Cron, but I think I get... Oh, no, we haven't. We've got the right Cron. Cool. We don't need it as such. It's just Tuscans, but if we're putting them in where we want them. This we're going to use the Rex Cron. Kenobi, I'm kind of comfortable using the Phasma Cron. And yeah, that's the entire front wall. Alright. Right, before I go, or before I start, I want to see how this works. So, Pirate King, Hondo, and Naka. Oh, are they? A little bit of a coincidence there, Nicholas. That's pretty cool. I was doing a bit of research on them before. Right, that isn't possible. Like, quite literally, this one last season. It's the whole reason I went with this counter. Yeah, that's almost the exact same team, except for I put Crew in instead of Kylo Ren. There was nothing too fancy about that DC. I think I just wing it. Okay. I don't particularly like that attitude I've got of, oh, wing it against a GL, but I'm not entirely sure what other thing I could do. I mean, I've got shed loads of armor pen. I think I actually heard it said on DB's stream the other day, you know, I've arguably got too much armor pen. But, yeah. Alright, let's go. Just scratch my nose before I get going. Alright. So, we have got a few buffs. Let's do that. Nice. Anti-revive is very nice. Go on, let's pump. Can we get through Quigold? Nearly. Okay. 73. Considering that's Hondo, I am taking it any day. Granted, no DCs, you know, that really affected it, but yeah, I'll take what I get. How couple scratch my head though. Why is he not setting a DC? Even if you haven't got any, surely you put one on your GLs. Honestly, the Seer team, I feel like it's been unfortunate that they lost Starkiller, because that team have been my raid counter for so many seasons. But they can do stuff like that without Starkiller, I'm happy. Alright, we're on Relic Parity bar Scorch, so hopefully we'll be okay. Again, a mishmash of stats here, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it might be a little bit trickier than it was, even with the no DC. I'm not sure I'm linking the right ones, but thought I'd just leave Lord Vader free for a minute. Always nice when we get the cleanse. Go on. Alright, I don't like being disarmed. Okay, I know this can't insta-kill, just to be clear, but I'm going to just do it for damage. Ooh, don't die, Bane. Just do not die. Thank you. That's better. He did as I asked. Again, Bane, I wouldn't say changed the game, but he certainly... Actually, you know what? That was a lie. He did change the game. You know, before that, the idea of a offense-only character was probably limited to just Wampa, and because Wampa was kind of out of the meta, it felt like you wouldn't really think of him or her. So, yeah, Bane really did change GAC in that regard. I would be against a few more in that ilk, especially if they do decide one day to expand GAC. $67, one banner lost. Yeah, for me, if I see Raver, I think towards Phoenix. Just for the fact that Phoenix were rubbish for so long, and then they got Captain Rex, and it was like, this is where the fun begins. Yeah, I can understand. I mean, I did have a free-to-play account, and on there they were absolutely atrocious. I was trying to put some gear into them, but never got around to it. I think it might have been gear 12 by the end, some of them. Two for the price of one. I don't think this guy really understood the idea that setting Jin and Adrad in this team, you're not really accomplishing what you do if it was the other way around on offense, because I can ignore them pair, or at least I can operate around them how we should. It just feels like they missed the point of that comp. I mean, honestly, Leia's not a defensive GL anyway, but it kind of shows why, you know. Okay, Tankron landed. Oof. Okay, didn't do much for the banners there, but we'll take the 60. Yeah, Rex with Leia's solid. I mean, if I got a higher Relic Rex in terms of like 8, for instance, I'd use Rex more often, like in TB for whatnot. But I feel like Adrad's just sort of easy to include in situations like that. And obviously, I use Jin in GAC, or when I'm doing PvP. Rebels, speaking of these guys. It was a light side Cron. Meter and armor pen. That's the one. You're rocking Wedge Biggs with Leia for now due to the Datacron. That was good, but do it for old time's sake. I mean, that's fun, to be fair. I haven't actually seen anyone do that. I did put like Wicks in a Soul team at the start of not this season, but the last 5v5 season. I think he did alright, to be honest, but nothing crazy good. But it's a shame. I mean, I haven't actually looked. Why is this Lando at level? If he scores a critical hit, bonus damage for double down is increased for the rest of the encounter. Double down is special. Yeah. So in theory, that could get good, because I'm pretty sure it's... Oh yeah, it gains 100% more damage on its next use. So in theory, if you're stacking damage and you can keep refreshing it, as long as you're critting, you've got potential to do some good damage there. I mean, no one's obviously done it, otherwise we'd be seeing Lando in the meta, but just principally, it's not a bad level 9, it's just a bad character on it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's where I wish that had kind of been the best of a bad bunch, but it was probably just in the lower tier of a good bunch. Alright, pass that to Brogan. Nicely done. And yeah, I can understand that about mixing things up. I mean, I'm not one for wanting more content in terms of, I feel like we've already got enough to do. So when I talk about like expanding GAC, it's more that I do recognise that there's a bit of an issue. You know, it's very repetitive, a bit like what you've just said, to be honest. So that's all I'd want, just something that does mix things up a bit, but it's where I'm reluctant to expand too heavily. Last thing I want is GACs taking 2 hours. Okay. Put that on Jin. Right, that's nice. The tank cron, so I've got a hold anyway. Go on, we'll do that. Go on. I knew she'd come back, but I'm thinking maybe we can get rid of her in good time. Do that for damage immunity, even though she will counter and get rid of it. $64. That is annoying. I mean, I'll take it 64, don't get me wrong, but it's annoying in the sense of just that one banner slipped away. Alright, let's see what the Batwall's got. And as predicted... Oh, hang on, was I wrong with Saw? I was, they've changed it a little bit. They put Saw down. Okay. Saw DTMG with the DTMG Cron and Jabba. Okay. A little bit of a mix-up. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my idea on Afra. For DTMG, like the plan been. That been Gungans. You know, I didn't account for having a couple of GLs on offense. So I'm thinking, considering I've never set a Spectre team on offense, let's see what they can do. Oh, I've already used Fulcrum though. I wonder if what could help me out here. Not really. I don't feel like Thrawn adds much, whereas What can apply a tank tack there. I think if we do... I think we use that from them. Oh! I didn't actually create a squad there. Like an idiot. No, Chopper, you don't go in there. Steffi's what? 5 save. Yeah, I think that'll be alright. And then Saw. I think I do go with Queen. I'm just mulling over if I can use JML somewhere. It feels a shame not to use him, but I don't want to just shoehorn him in. Looking at Mason, I'm thinking maybe, but again, I don't feel I need to. I could always use him against Tuskens. Strange one. Let's get a Datacron on this lot. Right, nothing too fancy, sadly. Sort by potency. Go with that. Okay. I feel like I want to try that out first, just see how it goes. I don't usually go for the back wall first, but figure let's just see how it plays. There we go, droids. 1, 2, and 3. And then Empire, Vader. That was the Kron. Go on, I'll use that, but I don't particularly like using it here. It's where it's annoying that that IG-90 essentially drops the value of it. Equally annoying, because if I could, I would actually upgrade him. Alright, let's just base it, because I can't do anything else. Yeah, I can't ignore taunt, so I'll just make sure that the summon gets it. Yeah, I feel like they made some weird choice in how they've altered the Datacrons. I say weird, it's weird from our perspective, but from theirs there's probably a reason, not necessarily a reason I'd like, but a reason. Okay, burn baby burn. Thankfully Vader shouldn't die to that. I was going to say, I think he will die shortly. Yeah, Vader's just waiting for death. There he is. Okay, so not perfect banners, but 62, we can take it. Yeah, let's blame it on arthritis. I can say he's had enough trips to the burned unit. So, I've never used this on offense. Well, I've never used Ahsoka on offense, let alone this variation. But let's see how it goes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in that 9. That isn't the best level 6. So hopefully that helps. I think with Ahsoka, it's safe to say she's good, but you can kind of cope without her in terms of what she offers, except for probably a biggest benefit she's keen for you to place, essentially. That was where I felt like I was lacking without it, you know, you sort of going into rounds thinking, oh, you know, they've got a team I haven't. Alright, let's put that on Sabine. Yeah, that's pretty much what my philosophy has been with her. Oh, wow, okay. I mean, you can kind of tell I don't know what I'm doing, because I'm just pressing buttons. The plan that didn't really have a plan is working. Okay, just to get through Enoch. Feels weird, but I genuinely don't know what I'm doing in terms of like abilities. I'm just sort of going with gut. Yeah, we got 65, so I did something right. Alright. I mean, for all I know, Ahsoka could solo that. I may have wasted 4 tunes there, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, not you. There we go. Yeah, I do try to work out the nuances, but there've been people in my chat for years who are certainly 10 times better than me at it. Alright, a bit of Darze. We haven't got advantage. Might not have seen like the biggest of things, but it's just that thought advantage will guarantee a crit. That was one advantage of the Naboo raid actually being good. For all the bad it had, the fact that I actually learned these kits quite well, I take that out of it. Solid. I probably didn't need advantage. They probably would have just crit him to death anyway, but... Yeah, I mean, this is the weird thing. I can't say I missed the raid in the sense that it was such a long raid. You know, doing 5 attempts was a drag, at least compared to Order 66, but I did like the actual nuance, well, not nuance, but the actual team comps and how you used them and all that. I just wish the RNG was lower. It's a shame in a way, because, you know, you think to yourself, CG, if you sort of take some of the good out of that and then transfer it to another thing, you probably do get a good raid. I haven't used Mothma for a bit, but I did like it as a counter when it was working for me. Every now and again it did swing and miss. Let's do that. Yeah, I feel like Jabber on Gungans would be a touch overkill. I mean, I'm actually just trying to recall what I would use. Bo-Katan's a nice option. Great Mothers is cheat code easy. But, again, it all depends what you got. Yeah, and again, it's one of them where you might have something, but if you've got to use them elsewhere, like Great Mothers can sometimes be needed for a much bigger counter. It's like, you can't just say, oh, but I want to do it here. That's an interesting use, yeah. I feel like it would be nice if Bo-Katan had some form of clear home in terms of like where you use it, because she can do something against Lord Vader still. I think that was 62, was it? But yeah, it just feels a little bit like... It feels like she's still a bit too far away to be consistent there. Oh, by the way, I am going massive overkill here. I think 2 could have done it, but I'm just not showing mercy. For a guest team to get 65, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I use it, I still, like I say, get that fun out of it. It's not like it's suddenly like deteriorated out of any good use, but it would benefit from some form of lift, like a Datacron. The Datacron could give it some extra life. I wouldn't have thought so. Okay, I'm glad we got that taunt. A little bit concerned about Bastila though. Oof. Yeah, my cooldowns have taken a bit of a beating. Ouch. That's it, put some doubt on their side. Right, let's just smack a Poe. I could really do with a heal. Oh, like I'm saying, that we just got it. I don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. $61, not perfect, but it was a one-shot at least. I think I would have done better with Old Republic there, though. Alright, last one. Yeah, I feel like this has been a pretty solid round. I mean, I did do my sort of my research, so I'm glad that paid off. I am the negotiator. Ugh, okay. I actually don't mind that. Hello there, Ada. How you doing? Do that. I'm doing good. I'd say I was in chronic need of a win, and I'm so glad I'm on course for at least doing my bit towards one. So wary of making out like this guarantee, but unless I muck up somewhere I shouldn't, we're doing well. 65. First time I think this season I haven't dropped on characters. Huckster, hello there, man. How you doing? This when I say a long time no see, I mean it with so much warmth. How you doing, man? Anyone who doesn't know, Pugster is one of my very first viewers. And I wasn't doing Galaxy of Heroes then, I was doing Star Wars Battlefront. And what Pugster caught me doing was a vlog with my mum. So, yeah. Howdy indeed, Pugster. Alright. Oh, we on an ad break. That sounds about right. So yeah, just mulling this over, we do Leviathan Mirror. We go Profundity Executor. That does put me in that awkward spot where I can't do the Home 1 Mirror. So instead I need to come up with another counter for that. I'm doing okay, yeah. Alright, let me have another sip of my drink while I'm just waiting for this. Yeah, the vlogcast. Oh man. Every time we see Nathan Jones at the moment, we go back to them. Oh, I had such belief at the time. Misguided belief. But yeah, we're doing okay. We've been to the hospital today. So my mum had a cataract, well, cataracts in one eye done. So she's in a room right now and she's got an eye patch on. I wanted to do a thing about SpongeBob SquarePants. You know, oh yeah, Eddie kids. But yeah, it wasn't like it was transparent, so it didn't have the same vibe. It was, yeah. Well, we did it during let me get this right. We did it during Rowett, Jones, and the very, very beginning of O'Neill. So yeah, it was about 18 months. Which, you know, it wasn't a great, but it was just about the time COVID hit that we stopped. Well, this is the thing. I think she'll be doing a better job of it. Right now, she's said to me that her eyes are blurred. You know, one eye... Well, she needs her other eye doing as well, so she's got to go in 6 weeks after the other one done. So, the eye that's, you know, open, if you like, you know, she can't really see well out of that. She's been sort of saying the TV's a bit blurred. And obviously the other one, it's blurred because it's still healing. So, I'd like to think in a week's time, when she's been told she should be able to drive, that at least one eye will be spot on when it comes to keeping a lookout for me. It's definitely been an interesting season, this one, Pugster. I mean, can't help but think how we were second in November, and I think we're 14th now, are we? I mean, this is the kind of season I was hoping for anyway, in terms of a bit of excitement and try and get top 10 finish kind of deal. But the way we've done it was kind of back to front. I was hoping it would be more of a slow, well, not like a horrendously slow start, but that we'd pick up late season. But we did it in the reverse. We kind of started like a bat out of hell and then slowed down to a halt. So, yeah, I'm just hoping come the summer we can get a few bodies in, push again. Oh, have you got Boba Fett leading the team, Ada? Yeah, that's a tough comp if so. You'd need something like Slacker to take it out. I'm going to be very frustrated if people don't see it as a good season, assuming that we don't finish lower than we have in recent seasons. Like, you know, we'd have to literally drop like a lead balloon to, in my opinion, for it to be a worse season. Yeah, just to show you, Ada. Something like that. It's all this datacron. So essentially, Boba needs to be leading. He'll gain defense. Whenever an enemy takes damage from a thermal expiring, everyone recovers health and protection, gain turn meter, and there is an 80% chance that enemies inflicted with the thermal, which Dam loves, Dengar loves, so it's just a smorgasbord of synergy. You know, I have so many mixed feelings about the playoff change. I mean, do we really want to be going up, when I say we as in any championship team, from 8th? You know, it kind of feels weird if you go up from 6th. So suddenly going up from 8th, it's like, you are really taking the pee, aren't you? I mean, hey, someone has to go up, but it would feel like a joke, really, wouldn't it? I think that'd be pretty good if we could try and at least aim for 8th this season. That way at least we'd say, right, we got there last season, so we can get there this season. If I'm right, Blacker is a counter to that team. I don't think much else counters it. At least nothing that's springing to mind. Like Night Sisters, Afra, all those sort of off-meta kind of teams, they don't do it. Oh, have you got Slacker on defense, or have you used him? That's fair. I mean, I get that point. What's the difference been between 3rd and 8th, though? Like, I think that is the interesting one. Like, how big is that usually? Because again, it's that thing of, was it really justified anyway? Like having 6th? Arguably, you could reduce the season and just have it 3rd versus 4th. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they should do that, by the way, but you know, if you wanted to just do something friendly for the players, you know, shock horror. Do you have JMK Ada? I don't know for sure, but I think I heard his name on the counters list. Yeah, I mean, that is fair. You don't, right? So you probably are stuck in that position then of just leaving it. Either that or you can try and piecemeal it. Maybe you could do something to just take out Bush and then work from there. I'll say Bush. Maybe Bulba, because he's leading. Leia can be baned if you've got Bane. So could Queen. Queen can sometimes be gassed. Freya... Freya's a funky one. I don't want to say something like not Raver, like Malgus maybe? Freya Mirror would be bold. You could do it, but it'd be bold. Oh man, that's been irritating me lately, TNT. I mean, it's my own fault, but at the start of the season, I had it. And I wasn't watching any of it. I was like, oh, you know, there's a match here, yeah, I might watch. There's a match there, I might watch. But it got to the point where I was like, I'm paying whatever it was a month, and I just didn't feel I was getting value. So I thought, sod it, I'll cancel. And ever since then, I feel like all these matches I want to watch are on. It's sod's bleeding law. Worst bit is, Amazon used to have coverage for some matches, and they were quite good. Alright, I'm assuming that's checked back in 5 minutes, so I will. Yeah, and that's the issue, you know, it's just money for money's sake. I mean, every company's doing it nowadays. I mean, this game I'm playing here, they find ways to milk money out of us. You know, it's just the way these kind of, well, anything that will ask for money will be into it. Not right, though. No worries, Wildcat. Thanks for the... Oh, look at me, was that right? Thank you for the company. See you, man. Let's do that. And do that. I think the biggest thing as far as football that has been pleasing, shall I say, in the last 2 years, it's the fact that I've been able to watch Stoke a lot more. I mean, if anything, it's made me really want the 3 PM blackout to be removed. It feels unnecessary.
Young, dumb, and free. Thought that we never be mean. Hoping that you see what we could be before we throw it all away. And pride's forsaken both of us. Always thought that we would get it right. We've been
You know what? I don't like that.
always thought that you'd be by my side.
But I don't really know what to go for. I'm not sold at all on this. What do I think of Vale's progress? Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that they were still in it the other day. That was before they got through. I thought they'd already been knocked out. So, disappointing as far as we were out before them. But considering their season in the league, I can take the moral high ground there, as it were. Yeah, I mean, this is where it gets me. I feel like you shouldn't have to go through those many hurdles to just watch a football match. What's that, Ada? Yeah, if she hits ult, she will revive a team. I assume we're talking there about the playoffs, Dom? Alright, I've only just twigged that that came out late. Oh, come on. Right, let's do that. You took out a team and she revived everyone right as it went down. Yeah, pretty much. It's a brutal way to lose. It's happened to me before. She's just got the revive and I feel like an absolute idiot for not, you know, not waiting. There we go. Very messy win, but we did get through it. 61. Final score? 18-25. I'll take that. I think I actually did lose to an 18-25 last round. $18-20. So yeah. I feel like I've set a good target there. Yeah, it's more income from a Champions League win. I'm just thinking that is a bit like Tottenham, isn't it? You know, they've got the last 16 match. Is it not Monday? Wednesday? Tuesday, Wednesday? So I've heard people saying, oh, do you put out a weaker team in that match? And I can imagine there's going to be someone going, well, you can't. We need the money for the game. So it's like, Which one's more important, Champions League earnings or maintaining Premier League football? I'm actually really curious what happens with Spurs in that regard. Although the fact that Spurs are actually in a relegation discussion feels absolutely bonkers. Just occurred to me, did I do my platoons? I don't think I did. Mandalore. Right, Finn covered me. Operation 3. Capped. Was that? I wish they'd clear this up in terms of like that you will receive one or more of these items. Like a bit like how they've got the GC boxes where it's like, alright, you get one from this box, one from this box. I kinda wish they'd do the same here and just say, right, you know, you can get one of say these and one of these and just leave it at that. It'd make things a little bit clearer. Right. I'm circling the drain because I don't know what to do now, so let's go here. See if I can get a raid launched. I can see Scribbles on. We've got Steph's Helm. Urban's just gone live, and Janik. So I'm going to be honest, right? Urban's been in the chat pretty much most of the night here, so I'm actually going to go right into Urban. It only seems polite. So yeah, just before I go, quick thank you to Cypher Mangoes for the follow. Hey, do you feel like you've been bullied in a yard? I'm just trying to think. Is that with the teams that you were telling me about? Like you've not really got an out, as it were? Yeah, I could understand that one. Fifth Empire, they don't tend to do well there. I mean, with Queen, there are counters. Like Bane is the big one. The new Bad Batch team can do it, although I've not tried that recently. I used JMK today. I'm just trying to think what else there is. I think Saul Guerrera can do it, but obviously I'm naming things you probably don't have, but it's the thing, the newer the team gets, probably the newer counter you need as well. So it does get into that tricky spot of what actually works. Right, well, I'm going to launch this raid. I'm going to be back, get this right, Monday. So hopefully I'll see you then, folks. Have a good weekend, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you then. Bye for now.